Hello, boys and girls. Welcome back to part 2 of your reading lesson today. I hope that with clues from Miss Spears, you were able to figure out what the important message of Adelita is. Now, in part 2, we're going to learn a new part of an opinion paragraph. So far, you have learned about writing your opinion statement. You've learned about writing reasons and a conclusion. But today we're going to learn how to write an introduction, okay? An introduction, which Miss Spears will also introduce you, but an introduction is something that introduces the reader to the paragraph. So instead of just starting your paragraph out with your opinion, you're going to give a little background knowledge about what you're writing about. So at the end of the video, Miss Spears is going to ask you to record yourself reading an introduction with some sentence stems that she gives you. Today, you're not going to do that. You're just going to tell your learning partner, you're going to read your introduction sentence to your learning partner and share that with them. You do not need to record anything. But don't forget, there is a mini lesson. We're going to continue learning about pronouns. So after you watch the video with Miss Spears, make sure you go to the next slide and do our mini lesson on pronouns. All right? I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you soon. Thanks for all your hard work.
Now, today you're going to think about this question: why your introduction is important in opinion paragraphs, as you learn about another part to an opinion paragraph. Okay, friends, what components of an opinion paragraph have we learned? Think. I know you identify them. We've learned the opinion statement, reasons, as well as an opinion conclusion. There's one more component to add to our opinion writing chart, and it is the introduction. Introduction are beginning words that tell the reader the topic. Writing an introduction is important because it helps the reader understand what the paragraph is going to be about. The introduction often makes a reader want to read more. Take a look at the chart on the screen. You will see that I added introduction to our opinion writing chart that we've used before. Do you see it? Listen as I read this opinion paragraph. I think Esperanza is helpful. Esperanza shows Adelita her mother's clothes. She helps Adelita in the kitchen. That is why I think Esperanza is helpful. Now, you'll see the opinion statement, which is I think Esperanza is helpful, but you see that there are no sentences before the opinion statement. So this paragraph does not have an introduction. Now, one way to write an introduction is to include the title of the story, and another way is to include details from the story. Now, there are some sentence frames on the slide that you can use to write an introduction. Let's read those sentence frames together. Are you ready? Here we go. We read is a character in. Now, I've used the first sentence frame to write an introduction to the paragraph. I want you to read that introduction with me. Are you ready? Here we go. We read the story Adelita. Now, I'm going to read the introduction with the rest of the paragraph. Listen carefully. We read the story Adelita. I think Esperanza is helpful. Esperanza shows Adelita her mother's clothes. She helps Adelita in the kitchen. That is why I think Esperanza is helpful. Do you notice how the introduction helps the reader understand the story that we're writing about? The next slide you're going to see shows a paragraph with the introduction that uses the second sentence frame. Let's take a look. All right, listen as I read this paragraph. Esperanza is a character in the book Adelita. I think Esperanza is helpful. Esperanza shows Adelita her mother's clothes. She helps Adelita in the kitchen. That is why I think Esperanza is helpful. Now, do you notice how both introductions tell the reader something about the topic of the paragraph? Now, what you are going to do is you are going to record an introduction. You're going to use one of the sentence frames we just reviewed to orally rehearse or orally state an introduction and then record it. Are you ready? Pause the video now to record an introduction. All right, awesome first graders. Did you record your introduction? If not, I encourage you to go back and do so. We'll continue with our Cinderella stories in our next video. But until then, be kind and do something great because you are capable of greatness.